The following video is not made for kids under 13. If you are not 13 years old, please exit out of the video now. And please, YouTube, do not sue me. What's up, guys? Mooky here, and I'm back with another part of What If Izuku Had Archer's Powers. This is part 13, and the last part, Izuku was fighting against Shoto, trying to make him use his left side in their fight to give it everything they got against each other. Soon after, Shoto began releasing his flames as Izuku revealed his trump card, being Unlimited Blade Works. So, that said, let's get into this. As everyone, and not only that, Izuku dragged almost everyone in the arena to see this as well. As they are still in the stands, but they're wondering on how they're seeing all of this. They see a grassy meadow and a bright blue sky around these, all in the entire arena. As everyone's surprised seeing this. Not only that, All Might also surprised seeing that Izuku is doing this. That he did all this so he could give it his all. As not only that, he knows that this is Izuku's psyche. How he sees the world. How he sees himself. No one. As not only that, Izuku prepares. Are you ready, Todoroki? Because I'm not holding anything back. As he raises his hand, 5 swords begin coming out of the ground, and he throws them, and he throws his hand towards Shoto as the swords hit. As the swords planned on hitting Shoto. Soon after, he uses his ice to block the swords coming right at him. As more swords began going closer to Shoto. He burns them too as well. As he says, like I said, every sword I've created is in this world. My world. Soon, not just swords, spears, lances, and axes too. I hope you understand that this isn't. That this was what I wanted to give everything against you and Kachan as well. I hope you understand. As he says, oh yeah, I do. You're way more stronger than I expected, Midoriya. And I have to admit it. You really are something else. Don't blame me. I guess I had no choice but to give it my all, just as before. Just like I said I would. But this time, I mean it. Don't blame me when things go wrong. Soon after, Izuku rushes at Shoto as he sends another volley of ice at him. But this time, there's more sharp ice spikes coming right at him. As Izuku creates both Kenshiro and Bakuya, and then reinforces them, turning them into winged longswords. He slashes through the ice with giving it everything he's got with One for All. He knows that his body's at his limit, but he doesn't care. All he cares about now is beating Shoto. As Shoto shoots out his flames right at him, giving it everything as he never used his flames too much before as a kid, so he has no idea how to regulate the temperatures for them. So Izuku almost feels burned feeling these flames. However, he doesn't care. He doesn't care and just keeps moving forward as he jumps into the air and about to slam his swords down onto Shoto. As Shoto creates an ice wall blocking him, but the swords break through the ice easily as Shoto moves out, landing near a couple more swords. as Izuku raises his hand, the swords that he landed near, flying out of the air and about to hit Shoto. He uses flames and burns those swords right in the air, and gets up as Shoto begins feeling the pressure, knowing that he is a huge disadvantage, as every weapon that Izuku has made is here at his leisure without even trying to make them. He can summon them without even trying. He can conjure them to his side without even trying. As Izuku said, crazy, isn't it? You know, this is the first time I'm actually using it consciously. And to be honest, it's not as easy as you think to control. I have to have a lot of focus to keep this place going. And right now, beating you is the number one reason I'm keeping it up. As Shoto says, likewise. I guess I'd better end this quickly, shall we? As Izuku said, yes. Soon after, 4 caliburns rise from the ground right next to Izuku. Not only that, 8 people began forming behind Izuku as well, only seeing their eyes and their figures being covered in shadows. As everyone wonders on who are they, because they can't even tell who they are. However, All Might noticed who they are. Noticed 2 of them. One of them looking like him, while the other looking like his old master. These being the past One for All users. As Izuku doesn't care about seeing them. He doesn't even notice them at all. And just prepares to say, Caliburn, release power. As he releases Caliburn's power, as the 4 swords release powerful blades of light, ready to strike down on Shoto. As Shoto releases a huge ice volley, almost like the size of a freaking tidal wave, shooting right at Izuku. As Izuku launches the swords, releasing the powerful blades onto him, as the light strikes at Shoto. Soon after, Shoto begins melting the ice fast, too fast for the ice to keep up, and shoots his flames hotter than they were before. As Izuku sees this, he tries to create his Sakura shield. However, the shield breaks after the huge explosion from the 2 blasts made contact. As Shoto was also pushed back as well. However, unlimited blade works. The green metal field with all the weapons soon fades, as everyone is shocked and wondering how this is all happening. Not only that, the entire arena doesn't even look like it's been exploded. And not only that, the shockwave never even came close to hitting anyone in the stands without even trying. As everyone's surprised seeing this, even President Mike is surprised, wondering how this happened. As Aizawa explains that place that Midoriya created was most likely his subconscious and psyche. Because of that, all the explosions and shockwaves that would normally hit all the spectators was nullified to only the area, was only nullified into that world itself, making sure that none of the spectators got hurt. The kid really knows his stuff, if I do say so. As both Cementos and Midnight began getting their bearings once more, realizing what really happened, as they see Shoto on his knees, wondering on what's going on, feeling feeling completely confused, and she begins wondering on where Izuku is, as Izuku is outside of the ring on his back without even realizing it. He's completely out unconscious, as the winner is Shoto Todoroki, as Izuku is rushed to the infirmary and is healed by Recovery Girl. He soon realizes that he's actually been out for at least 30 minutes, wondering on what happened. There he sees All Might and Recovery Girl, and she says, I can't believe you. You are too much to handle. You know that? Your entire body almost collapsed and can barely hold out to so much power within you. As he says, I know. Actually, I could felt like my bones and my muscles were being torn apart, piece by piece, with every chance I used my powers, both of them at the same time. Soon after, but young Midoriya, when you use that, what was it called? Unlimited Blade Works? Did you see figures behind you? As he says, well, no, I didn't actually. I mean, I felt a presence, but I thought that was just everybody in the stands. But I guess there were people behind me, like standing right behind me. I didn't understand why. As he tells them, those are most likely the past One for All users. One of them was my previous master. And I wonder, maybe your quirk and that power in that unlimited blade works, fused with One for All, was able to manifest them into your subworld. Maybe there is a way for you to talk to the past One for All users this way. As he said, if that's the case, maybe I can. As Recovery Girl says, enough, you both. That I am saying this once and only once. Do not use that power again, or that technique again, ever again. As Izuku says, wait, what do you mean? Why, Recovery Girl? I mean, sure, it puts a huge strain on my body, and I can even feel that my blood is even is burning inside of me, but still, and that's the very reason why. When I was healing you, I could feel your nervous system actually being damaged slowly with each and every moment you were using that power. It was hard for me to take care of that. You're just lucky that there isn't any major damage. However, there is one thing that also surprised me. Your hair, for instance. Look at the left side, the front left side of your hair. It began turning white. It seemed like it was turning white. As Izuku wondered, as he picked off a piece of his hair and saw one strand green while the other strand was white. As he says, wait, what? I mean, how? That's most likely another side effect of you using One for All and projection. If you could find a way to make sure not to destroy your body, then I will keep healing you. But other than that, injuries like this, I will no longer heal. And that is final, Midoriya. Soon after, Izuku realizes that she's right. He needs to find a safer and better way to use projection and One for All at the same time, without putting too much strain on his body. He needs to know how to control it. Soon after, everyone began wondering on how Izuku was doing, as he said, oh, hey guys, both Ochiko, Ida, Mineta, Tsuyu, and even Momo arrives in the infirmary, wondering on how he's doing. As he says, I'm doing a lot better. Soon after, Ochiko and And Ida began seeing the white side of his hair, his hair turning a little bit of white in the front, as they began freaking out. As he says, it's okay. I mean, it's just a side effect of using unlimited blade works. As he said, that quirk of yours is something imaginable. I knew you could create weapons, but you can create an entire reality itself? That's insane. Soon after, Momo came up to him, Midoriya, I think you should stop using that, ever. As he says, wait, don't worry, Recovery Girl already gave me the lecture about not using unlimited blade works. As Ida began asking, why do you call it unlimited blade works? And not only that, it looked like a giant meadow with weapons scattered all over the place. As he began telling him, I wanted to make a world that reflected my ideas, that reflected who I am as a person. So, I wanted, and a place where I could store all the weapons I've created over the time I've learned in UA. So, unlimited blade works came to mind. And the field of metal you see is basically my state of mind. I basically want to be a hero no matter what. So I guess a grassy meadow with the sun shining onto me is how I see myself. So is that simple enough? As everyone begins wondering, wow, that's pretty arrogant in a way. As he says, sorry, it's just how I see myself. I'm sorry that. As Momo begins saying, it's fine. In a way, it fits. It fits who you are. As he ends, thanks, Yaoyorozu. I appreciate that. But still, I don't think you should ever use it again, seeing how much of a strain it puts on your body. Especially on how much your quirk already does that already. Yeah, guess you're right. Soon after them leaving, Izuku is still forced to stay in the infirmary and missed the final round between Shoto and Bakugo. As in canon, Bakugo still wins because Shoto refuses to use his left side, and he feels cheated. But in a way, he feels cheated, unlike his fight with Izuku, realizing that as Recovery Girl allows Izuku to go to the award ceremony to take his place, since he did get third place in the sports festival alongside Tokoyami as canon. And Shoto still gets second and Bakugo first. But Bakugo doesn't get the full restraints, especially not against his. He only gets restrained in his hands, and that's it. His feet and his whole entire body, on the other hand, he's still free. And same goes for his mouth too. As All Might gives them their medals, and the sports festival ends, starting the beginning of their internship arc and their battle against Stain. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it a lot. I hope you enjoyed it too. Please leave a comment below and tell me what you guys think, while also subscribing to keep up with my other videos as well, what I do in the future. At any rate, with that said, this is Mooky signing out. Later.